to another video. My name is Lainey, my pronouns are they, them, and today we are trying to big boy style a wig. That's right, gone are the days of shopping on eBay, buying a wig, and putting it straight from the bag onto your head. And here are the days of whatever the heck crimping is, and using tacky glue and all of that jazz. Yep, I've never done this before, so come along with me for my first ever actual wig styling experience, and I'm so nervous. What I decided to do first was literally just try on the wig and see how it felt on my head. Look how beautiful. I look great in black hair, don't I? Oh, that was my cat, by the way. Her name's Mila. She's a little baby. And I don't actually know why I tried on the wig. I think to show you guys a before and after, but who knows, because I was exhausted and delirious at this point. But after trying on the wig, I was like, okay, we should probably actually pin this onto the wig head. And this took forever to try to line it up and pin it, and I did mark up my wig head. After that, I was ready to start crimping after watching many hours of crimping tutorials. I decided, first of all, I was going to section the wig. So I put the top half of it, because Jane Doe has like a rat tail bob thing going on. So the bob part I put up in little sections so it was out of the way so I could crimp the very back of it. I was really nervous to actually start crimping. I've never crimped anything before, and I also wanted to do it this way because I was like, okay, if I mess up, it's in the back, this bob section part thing is going to fully cover it, so it's low risk, you know? It is very low risk. So this is me trying to crimp for the first time. I have a heat glove on. I was using a metal comb, which I saw in videos you should do, and I had this crimp plate in it that had lots and lots of little teeth in it. So I was like, okay, I'm ready to try and give this a try. And I started from the left, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna crimp a little section at the time, and once I crimp that section, I'll just put it over the piece of hair that's in a rubber band so it keeps it up and separated, since I realized I can't really tell the difference between what is crimped and what is not crimped. And yeah, there was a reason for this. As I was going through, I was trying so hard to crimp everything, and I just was not seeing those crimping lines that everybody else has. The wig just looked the same. It wasn't any less shiny. I didn't see the crimping lines. The hair was hot to touch, so I knew it was doing something, but it just wasn't the same. So I realized, after being kind of frustrated and looking up even more tutorials, I finally found one tutorial that told me that you need to have your crimper at an extremely high heat in order for it to crimp. And this went against everything I have ever known about wigs. I started cosplaying, I think, in 2010, and in 2010, it was you flat iron your wigs and you need to use the lowest heat setting, otherwise those wigs will melt. They are plastic, they will melt. So when it came to crimping, I was watching all these tutorials, but no one really said hey, this is the temperature that you need to have your crimper set to. And when it wasn't crimping, I was like, okay, what the heck? So it took me actually searching okay, what temperature do I crimp cosplay wigs at? What temperature do I set my crimper to? It took very, detailed searches of me to realize that you apparently need to have this on a freaking high heat setting, which was the highest setting that I had on the crimper, which I did not know. I never would have guessed that. That went against my common sense, I guess, for wig making. This went against everything I had known about crimping and wigs, and it was stressful. It was really stressful, and this took quite a while. It took me hours just to get that little section in the back completely done. Yeah, not to mention too, I should have said this earlier, but I had to re-crimp all of the work I had done once I realized that I wasn't doing it correctly. And I don't know if I am doing it correctly currently, but I did start to see crimp marks after I turned up the temperature. But unfortunately, I ended up having to redo a good section of the back of the wig at a higher heat, and it took me many more hours. But you live and you learn. It's part of the experience, I guess. But I was so happy when I finally finished that back part and could like let down part of the like bob section. After getting everything figured out, like you can finally see my crimp marks, and I was so happy to finally let down like part of the bob, and I only let down like part of the bob in those thirds. So I let down that one half, I brushed it out, and then I took the crimper, or not the one half, sorry, the 1/3, and I like crimped that section. And then after doing that section, I'm gonna be so honest, I got so bored, so I crimped the bangs, and I was like, you know, it'd be really fun right now doing the bangs. So the first thing I did was I took those 2 longer pieces that Jane Doe has, and I tied them up so I didn't accidentally cut them, because they have those little longer points, you know. I didn't want to mess that up, so I tied them up, put them out of the way, and then I was like, yes, let's do it, let's do the bangs. And her bangs are really fun because she has like this bowl cut, coconutty, like rounded thing going on, where it's shortest in the center of her head, like right between the eyebrows, and then it kind of gets longer as you go to the outside of the face, and it frames really cute. It's very curved, there's a lot of curvature going on there, and I was like, okay, let's do it, let's give it a shot. At first, guys, I was so careful. I was using my thinning shears first, trying to make sure I got the right length, only taking off like a centimeter at a time, and then I was like, these are too long and this is taking too much time, so we are going in with scissors very bluntly. And that's what I did, is I went in with scissors, and then I went back with thinning shears to make them lay more flat once I got kind of that shape I liked. And you know what? I'm actually pretty proud of it. Once I kind of laid them down too in a way that I thought was cute and like accurate to her character, I took out that got to be glued hairspray. And this is my first time ever using Got to Be Glued, believe it or not. I know, cosplayer for like 16 years and I've never used Got to Be Glued, but be proud of me. It was actually really fun. Like, I don't even think I've used regular hairspray before, so I was proud of myself. I thought the bangs looked really cute, and look at me go. So this next part was the hardest part of the entire wig, and this wig was very hard, but I wanted to recreate the little M shape thingy in Jane Doe's hair, and I had no idea how to do that, so bear with me. After I watched a bunch of different tutorials and I saw all these people making helmet wigs out of quilting batting, I was like, hey wait, my mom used to own a quilt shop, my mom has quilting batting. So I raided her quilting supplies and I found a few pieces of scrap batting that was going to be thrown out. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut these little tiny triangles out of batting, I'm gonna roll them up and try to make that M shape. So that's what I'm doing here. You can see I'm trying to roll up these triangles. That way, I did triangles too, so it's like thicker in the center, and then it kind of tapers off on the edges when they're actually glued down. And that's what I was trying to do. I ended up using tacky glue to try to glue it in place, and then like holding it until it dried. I think alligator clips would be a lot more effective for the next time I do something like this. And for the next time, I want to make them even thicker and have even more height. So I need to figure out how to get an even taller triangle shape so I can do that. Because like, you know, Jane Doe's hair is black. I feel like you can't really see it on the wig, even though it's there. Like, it looks so much better than before, but you just can't really tell. So we need to figure out a better way to kind of make these shape. When I was looking up tutorials, I couldn't really find any that were what I wanted, I guess, for this wig shape. Like, they were too advanced, or it was like a really drastic, huge M shape, like something in Yu-Gi-Oh kind of M. So I just kind of played it by ear, and I did what I had to do. After those M batting pieces dried, I put them in the wig because I was like, oh, I can just kind of cover it. Like, I can just glue the wig down. Yeah, this was so hard to actually get to stick to the wig. I tried to use tacky glue to like kind of get it to stay and stick, and it just would not. So I was like, okay, time for plan 2. Maybe if I put hair down first, it'll stick better. So you can see me using the scraps of Jane Doe hair from when we cut the bangs and like covering this little M-shaped thingy with tacky glue and then the wig hair. And this was so hard. Like the hair just wanted to stick to my fingers. It did not want to lay flat. It did not want to like lay in a, you know, thin, small layer. I genuinely do not understand how wig stylists do this. Like, how do you not get hair all over your fingers? How do you actually get the wig to stick? Because it was like only taking a few strands of hair, and then all the hair that was not directly touching the glue just would fall off, which makes sense logically. So this is me trying to figure out how the hell to glue this on, and just using tacky glue, trying to get it in there, pinning it in place, and crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. This is what it looked like after it dried, and it looks good. Like, you see the difference, right? You see how much more volume it has. I just wish I made it even more giant. And thank God too, this tacky glue dried pretty clear because, oh, that was, yeah, no, that would have been really bad. And for next time too, I think I'm gonna paint the batting so it like blends in a little bit better. And then here you can see I'm doing those little two face thing pieces. I don't know what these are called. And I decided I was going to use like Got To Be glue spray to try to get those points and get them to hold. I had to measure out like how long I wanted them because I didn't want them super long on my face, just like a little bit. And yeah, so I had to like pin all of the bangs in place where I wanted them to fall. I had to use scissors to try to like shear thin out the tips of them so you actually got like a tip, and just try to cut them into place. And yeah, no, this was hard. I am not good with bangs. I can't get them even. I do not understand how people get wig bangs even, but I tried my best, and that's what matters. Now that the bangs are done, it's back to crimping, my least favorite part of this entire experience. I have gotten not good at crimping. I actually suck at crimping, and I had to break it up over multiple days because it just gets so tedious and I just absolutely hate it. But I will give it credit where credit is due. You can see a huge difference in the half of the wig that is crimped versus the half of the wig that isn't crimped. So take it out of the ponytail holder. Yeah, no, you can see how much more voluminous the crimp side is. It's actually a very huge difference that I was not expecting, but I did kind of lose that bob shape to Jane's hair, but I actually liked it more like this. Like, it looks like a longer, shaggy bob. I'm not a hairstylist. I don't know the term for this. And I was vibing with it. I thought it looked really cute, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it. Like, this actually kind of looks amazing. So I did. I ended up keeping that shape and just trying to like pin in a couple of the front pieces to get it to kind of look like a bob from the front, but you know, we did our best. So this is where we're at in the wig so far, and it, you know what, it's getting there. I'm actually really happy with that thus far. I think it looks pretty nice. Like, I like that you can see the red streaks from the back of it. I like everything about this. So now we're gonna work a little bit more on the face framing pieces of her bangs, I guess. Is this even a bang if it's not straight across your forehead? I don't know. But all of these little face framing pieces, I wanted to kind of like figure out how to make them work. And I granted, I did get very lazy here. I did way more blunt cuts because I knew that I had to thin out the pieces like into a tip to get them to curve inward and kind of come to that point. I wasn't sure how to do that, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna blunt cut everything and hope for the best. That's low-key kind of exactly what I did. And then I took but I took like sewing pins to try to like lay down where they should go and how they should fall. And once I had everything kind of pinned into place for these little spiky front face framing piece thingies, I took the Got To Be glue spray. Oh my god, these are such tongue twisters today. But I took the Got To Be glue spray and I just doused it. I completely doused the wig to get all of those face pieces to actually like stay in place where they should go. And then I just had to wait for all of this to dry. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I think it looks pretty cool. And the best part of it too was after it had dried, you know, actually getting to try it on. And I didn't realize that trying on one of these cosplay wigs would be so drastically different than like trying on a normal wig, because everything is hairsprayed and you can't really put it on like the normal way that I was very used to. And I also forgot that I have glasses on my face, so everything kind of sit kind of funky and off to the side, but that was okay. This is like a video of my first ever test, and honestly, like, I was pretty happy with it. And I like how it looks too. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I was bragging about it to my friends. I was posting the stuff to the gram, and it actually turned out like really nice. Like, I think it looks great with my cosplay. I need to restyle it because I got destroyed at one of my meets, but that's okay. Anyways, thanks for coming with me on my wig styling journey. I hope you liked it, and if you didn't, recommend to me some very, very easy, an emphasis on easy, wig styling tutorials to fall, and I'll make a better tutorial for you, bestie. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see ya in the next video, and goodbye!